Hey there guys, thanks for joining us on another Kickstarter preview. Today we're doing a game that's on Kickstarter right now, and we'll put a link below so you can't even see that, down there in the show notes. So you can go check it out if it interests you. It's called Champion of the Wild, as Gary is so elegantly holding for me. I'm not sure, this is designed by Tom Clare, and it's from Big Imagination Games, and I'm going to show you a basic overview of the rules, and so you can see us a little bit playing it. This is going to be a little difficult to film because this is a social interaction game where we're basically sending animals into the Animal Olympics to compete in events. And we have to discuss amongst each other whose animal is best at the events that are chosen. So as you can imagine, in the environment the way I do my videos, where I tell you a little bit about the rules and then show you how to play, when we're discussing with each other, it's going to just be a loud noise. But I'll do the best we can, and you'll get hopefully a general idea of what's going on. So with me tonight, I have my gamer group. It's Gary, who's behind the box. Dave. And Kelty. Alright, so let's point down to the table so you can see. So first of all, some of the components. You have 5 events, or 5 expertise in events. So we have speed, technical, power, endurance, and then team events. So we have to choose 3. You could choose randomly 3 people. In this particular game, me, Dave, and Kelty have chosen events. You take the top 3 cards from a deck and you choose one of those events. So I went with speed, and I chose the 100-meter sprint. So animals race over 100 meter on a standard outdoor athletics track. And down at the bottom here, it tells you what other animals can be involved. So this tells you there's a water lane, as you can see over there, next to it. By the way, I should mention this is all prototype components, prototype art, and prototype rules and everything. All more will be explained on the Kickstarter, so you can go check that out if you're more interested. But we're going to do a 100-meter sprint. What do you got, Dave?
I've got jousting. Again, water animals are allowed. Apparently they put a water lane down.
And flying apparently as well.
Yeah.
That seems unfair. Right, so players don armor and mount their animals to compete in jousting competition. So that's from the power. And what do you got, Kelty?
I've got hide and seek, so we're gonna go and play hide and seek.
And that's from the technical group. So we've chosen our 3 events. Now, before I get to the animals, I just want to show you as well. We each get dealt some tokens. So we've got a card that says undecided on one side and ready to vote on the other side. I'll explain a bit more about that. We're playing a 4-player game, and we're doing 3 events. So we have 3 medals of each. They're all first, second, and third place. The way it's going to work is basically we're going to choose one animal from my hand to enter all 3 of these events. And then once everyone's chosen an animal, we then have to discuss with each other. So for example, if I chose a cheetah, I could say, well, the cheetah is the fastest land animal in the world. A 100-meter sprint, it's clearly going to beat any other animal.
Oh,
but in a hide and seek event, I could maybe blag it that cheetahs hide brilliantly in the underfelt of the bush in Africa. So why can't they hide anywhere else? Jousting, I'll have to come up with something. And we keep going around like this, trying to convince each other whose animal will do the best in these events. Once there's 4 of us playing, so once the majority, so once 3 people have flipped over their card to ready to vote, the conversation will immediately end, and then we have to vote. You can't vote for your own animal, but you take one of these first, second, and place first. So for the event of the 100-meter sprint, I can't obviously vote for the cheetah if I had a cheetah in play, but Dave might have had, I don't know, a horse. So I would give him the first player token for the 100-meter sprint, which is worth 10 points. And Gary might have had a snail, so he's definitely getting 3rd place. And Kelty might have had, I don't know, a hare. So he would have got 2nd place. And
You've been looking at my hands.
Yeah. And then you just put them face down. And then we go through the 2nd event, the 3rd event. And then once all the events have been scored, we reveal them and show a count of our points. And that's the person who's won gold for the Olympics. It's as simple as that. The whole game is basically the conversation of how we try and convince each other. So, animals. Obviously, keep in mind, placeholder. Each person gets 7 animals. And you can tell what they are by the name in the corner here. It gives you some information, height, length, and width. And then down here, what sort of animal it is. But there's certain other categories, like the animals won't eat each other. So, for example, if I choose a cheetah and Kelty chooses a hare, I can't say, well, the hare's clearly going to get eaten, because they won't do that. This is a peaceful Olympics. And that is pretty much it. I mean, I don't think there's anything else to explain. One of the reasons why I've chosen these guys to come do this video with me is because they played it with the designer at the UK Expo. Didn't you guys?
We did.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
All right, so let's get to this. All right, so we're back. We've all chosen our animals, so we reveal simultaneously. I've got a mosquito.
I've got a black garden ant.
What do you got, guys?
I've got a giant Pacific octopus.
Wow.
I was going to go with the cheetah, but I went for a hare.
All right, so obviously we're all undecided at the moment, so now we've got to discuss, and we can discuss with each other. I'd just like to point out the mosquito comes with a jousting lance already attached to its face. as in its stinger. And it can fly, so it's good for a 100-meter sprint. And I can never find the friggin' mosquito when it's making that buzzing noise around me. So it's clearly good at hide and seek.
To count as a sprint, though, I think you'd have to go on the ground and actually be walking along.
No,
I don't think it deserves first place at sprint.
See, it says I can use flying animals, but it must start on the ground and then it can fly off. But unfortunately, it never flies in a straight line, so I'm not a...
Yeah. It flies in circles.
But it's great at hide and seek, and it's good at jousting. So what have you got? What do you guys think about your animals?
Well, I went for the ant because, like your mosquito, it's great at hide and seek, and it, unlike the buzzing noise that yours will make, mine doesn't. For the 100-meter sprint, because I come in a swarm, I'm just going to cheat. I'll have one ant near the finish line, start, and 30 seconds later or so, the other one can just saunter across the finish line. And jousting, well, this is like the big blag. What I'm going to do is get Ant-Man involved, and he can ride me rather than squashing my hand, and he has the power of the force of a bullet when he hits.
I see. Well,
It's a stretch on the jousting, I've got to admit.
I want to hear what Gary's choice of octopus is.
Well, it was mainly for the jousting, so you can hold lots of jousts.
That's good. I was thinking, yeah.
Lots of answers, yeah.
He's really good at that, but I'm not loving the 100-meter sprint for an octopus.
Depends, if it's downhill, they can curl up into a ball and roll.
I can see with the hide and seek, maybe it hides under the sand and stuff like
They
that.
can fit into them small jars, can't they?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
You can squeeze in small spaces, and you can pull lots of bushes and things on top of them. With all
And
of
not to
this
mention,
space.
have any of you seen the new Finding Dory film?
No.
And there's an octopus in that Finding Dory film that hides like a mother. It's like camouflage, anything. It can hide anywhere. So I'm pretty solid on that, except for the 100-meter sprint. There's no way you win in that. And the ant, I'm less loving the ant. But let's hear what Kelty's got with the.
Well, I went for the hare, mainly for the hide and seek, but I realised after you pulled out insects that I went for that. So I'm placing all my bets on the 100-meter sprint, and he's going to win it. Yeah, because I mean...
He'd be rubbish at jousting.
Yeah,
you've got to sit on him.
No, because he could jump, couldn't he? As the other pole's coming towards him.
Yeah, hang on, you've got to sit on him. Hence why I blagged the Ant-Man thing with I'm going to go with that in
The
that
ant
bit.
could sit on him. We could have a joint tournament.
All right, so I'm ready to vote. I'm flipping over to ready to vote.
I'm ready to vote.
Yeah, go on.
All right, so now we take out first for the 100-meter sprint. You're clearly getting this.
For the 100-meter sprint.
Yeah, and
Really?
you can have this.
Oh.
You've got to put it face down.
No, I've got to put it first down. Oh, I can't vote for my own, can I?
No, you got to vote for your own. Otherwise, I'm just going to give first place to myself all the time. For the joust,
That's the
you're going to get that one.
mosquito over there.
Where's
go on. I'm
the-
still on the 100-meter sprint.
Joust. Who am I going to give second place to for a joust? I'll give it to you. And then third place is the hide and seek.
Who's talking to these? Because they
Mine.
are they on the joust, not.
Sorry, I can't reach yours.
Oh, that's because you've got short arms.
Yeah.
And the joust.
You're getting that.
Yep. And finally on the hide and seek.
Getting that.
Can't
And you're
put
getting
myself
that.
down for now.
Hide and seek. Right.
What do you want for Justin?
All right, so basically, you see what we're doing. Yeah, we're adding. Now, what we're going to do is tally up our scores. So we're not going to make you watch us tally up the scores. So we're just going to stop this for a second. All right, so we've tallied up the scores. I don't know if I remember. First place is 10 points. Second place is 8 points. Third place is 6 points. So I've tallied up my score. I got 64 points. Dave's got 64 points. You're supposed to phone a friend and then explain to them what happened, and then they decide. We phoned a friend, and Dave came third. Well done, Dave. In second place is Kelty with 66. And then a whopping first place with his Octopus of Doom.
84.
84 points, that's right. So we were all clearly invested in your octopus, man. I'm telling you, it was a story about finding Dory that sold it. Because that octopus was awesome. I can't even remember its name, but it was really cool. All right, so that is a full game, or not a full game, but the most of the game of Champion of the Wild. So there's a lot of prototype stuff in here, and I don't even think the box is going to come in this size. But like I said, I'll put a link down below, and you can go check out the Kickstarter. They got roughly about when I filmed this, about 20 more days to go or so. So if you like it, and you like the social interaction of games, and you enjoyed what we were doing here, then go check it out and pledge some money, and I'm sure they'll be very appreciative of your support. And thanks for filming this with me, guys. I know it was a little difficult video to film, so see you guys later. Goodbye, guys.
Bye-bye.